What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Blessed to Be Outdoors channel. Today we're doing a video that I have really been looking forward to. I've had this thing for a very long time and I have not made a video on it yet because, you know, college is crazy. You know, shout out to all my other college homies. But today we are unboxing the Googan Squad Mondo Kit. And we're gonna see what it holds and my thoughts on it. Here we go. Well guys, I decided to move the unboxing video outside because it's an awesome day and this channel isn't called Blessed to Be Indoors. So I have a little bit of a surprise. We are now using a UTV, and it's like an off-brand. I'm not exactly sure really even what brand it is. We've had it for years when we used to live in out in the country, but we finally got it fixed and we did some upgrades to it. I'll show you. Put a light in the front, lights in the back, the gun case, and a bunch of bungee cords, because why not? And a windshield that didn't used to be on there either. So that is the new UTV, and you might be seeing a little bit more of it in some future videos. I'll do some explaining on that in a little bit, but as just kind of as a teaser, we got a deer lease and we're going to be working on it some, getting ready for deer season, and then obviously we're going to be hunting on it. So you might see some of that content coming soon as well. But let's go ahead and get to the unboxing. Here we go. Well, this might not be a very great camera angle, but I mean, I'm sitting on the tailgate, so I don't really have any other option. But here it is. Let's go ahead and start unboxing it. Let's see what we got here. Okay, well, actually, you know what, psych. Before we unbox it, let's take a little bit closer look on the box. So, this is the Googan Squad Mondo Kit. In case you haven't ever heard of the Googan Squad, they are basically a group of YouTubers that they either fish or do other outdoor content. And they partnered with a lure company called Catch Co. And they decided to make their own brand of lure, basically. And my camera just did something weird. Okay. So as I was saying, they decided to make their own brand of lures, and they're super popular on YouTube right now. So if you're watching me and haven't heard of them, I would be kind of surprised. But anyway, this is the Mondo Kit. So it says it comes with the clutch, which is basically a lipless crankbait, or kind of more like a rattle trap style bait, a Saucy swimmer, which is basically just a paddle tail swim bait, a grass hero, which is a swim jig, a hummer, which is a buzz bait, and then it even comes with a sun mask. So let's get to it. Here we go. Man, that pollen is already starting to get to me. Holy cow, there are a lot of flowers out here. I'll show y'all in a sec, but we are definitely getting into, well, not spring, but fall. Anyway, I'm allergic to cedar too, so it's tough. All right, first of all, we have the most important thing in this whole entire box, and that is the Googan Squad sticker. Obviously the most important thing in this entire box. But anyway, first we got the face shield, and I will go ahead and start opening that up. Oh wow, it's pretty cool. Googan Squad. All right, here's the mask. Pretty cool. Nice and comfortable. Sweet. All right. What is the first thing I'm going to pull out of this box? Well, I'm going to pull out the biggest bait we got in this box. And that is, man, my camera keeps doing that. And that is the Googan Squad Hummer. This is a buzz bait, which, in case you don't know what a buzz bait is, it's basically a topwater. And when you cast it out there, it has these metal blades on it, and I'm getting eaten alive by fire ants. Ah! Wow! Come on, nature, I'm just trying to do an unboxing. Maybe I should have stayed inside. Wow! But as I was saying, buzzbait, topwater, white. Well, let's see what the actual color says. White. All right, easy. So basically, with topwaters, you want to keep the color super simple, and I'm really worried about getting eaten by fire ants more. Black, white, any type of maybe like more natural color, you know, like bluegill color, stuff like that. You always want to stick to that because, you know, those bass, when it's floating on top of the water like that, you want it as realistic of a profile as you can. Now you might be saying, wow, that does not look very realistic. I mean, it has this giant metal wire and a giant metal thing that spins around. And really, it's not meant to look realistic. It's meant to kind of sound like a wounded baitfish struggling on top of the water, basically. And so white is a good color to throw when there's a little bit more light. Black is a better color to throw when it's a little bit darker, like more cloud cover and stuff, to kind of match your environment, you know. And that is the Googan Squad Hummer. Here we go. Let's see what else we got in here. What else we got crawling on me. The next bait we got in here is the Googan Squad Clutch, which is basically a lipless crankbait. And we have it in the sexy shad color. Got a very realistic looking shad profile. This is a really good bait to throw in the fall. In the fall, the bass are just destroying shad. They're trying to kind of bulk up for the winter. And this is a really good bait for fall fishing, which is what we're in right now. So I'll definitely be throwing this very soon. Very excited about that. All right, next we have the Googan Squad Grass Hero Swim Jig. So it is in the, I believe it's the bluegill color. Yeah, bluegill color. And a swim jig, basically, you know, a normal jig, you're gonna bounce off the bottom. And you know, a normal jig is better for, you know, rocky kind of conditions. Well, a swim jig, there's just minor differences between jigs. It's not a huge deal, but it's shaped in the way of, it has a little bit sharper point, and so it kind of breaks through that grass easier. And so you can, what you can do is you can throw like a paddle tail swim bait, or some kind of like creature bait that has arms that kind of swim behind it, and you just can crank that through the grass real easily without it getting hung up very much. And it has a very bluegill profile, which is good for pond fishing, good for, you know, anywhere that you have bluegill. Match the hatch, you know, try to copy whatever bait fish you got working in whatever waterway you're fishing in. So that is the Googan Squad Grass Hero. All right, finally we have the Googan Squad Saucy Swimmer Paddle Tail Swim Baits. So these are all soft plastic. Let's see if I can open this thing. So we'll pop these open. Oh, they're falling out everywhere. Anyway, so paddle tail swim bait has a lot of action working through the water. I love swim baits. They're probably one of my favorite baits to throw, just because they're super, I mean, they're super easy. They're super versatile. I mean, you can throw really you can throw a jig head on here. You can throw underspin on here. I mean, you can do a lot of, I mean, you can Texas rig it. I mean, you can do so many different things with a swim bait. It makes it super versatile. You can fish it fast on top. You can fish it like medium speed in the middle of the water column. You can bounce it off the bottom. I mean, there's so much stuff that you can do with a swim bait, which is why I love to throw swim baits. All right, y'all, well, that will wrap up the unboxing video. I hope y'all enjoyed it, and I hope y'all are looking forward to the future content that I'm going to be bringing you guys on the deer lease, hopefully pretty soon. And then also, I do want to do a fishing video with that box. But I'll go ahead and just give my final thoughts on the box. I think the box is a really good assortment of different types of lures. You know, you have the soft plastic swim bait, you have a jig, you have a lipless crankbait, and then a topwater too. So you really kind of cover, you know, a pretty good section of the water column with just those different types of baits. But I mean, there's one main disadvantage I see to the Googan Squad Mondo Kit, and because I'm going to be honest, you know, and that is all of those baits are moving baits for the most part. There aren't really any bottom baits in that kit technically, because I mean, as technically you can bounce a, you know, a paddle tail swim bait on the bottom, you know, and technically, you know, that jig could be used on the bottom, but that's not really what it's made for. So technically those all are moving baits, which cover, you know, either the top or the middle of the water column relatively quick, and there's nothing like a creature bait or a worm or anything like that that bounces off the bottom, because I know the Googan Squad creates some awesome soft plastics that are, you know, worm style and creature bait style. So that's really the main disadvantage I see in the Googan Squad Mondo Kit, is there's no bottom baits. But really, I think it's a really easy kit to start with. Moving baits are always, in my opinion, easier to throw than bottom baits. It requires a lot less patience. You know, you just throw them out and then you just crank them back. And honestly, I really love throwing moving baits, especially like a lipless crankbait, you know. That's really what I started fishing with, was just, you know, chucking a square bill crankbait or a swim bait, or, you know, any type of that, any style of that bait, you know, out and just cranking it back in. I mean, it's super easy, super fun. I mean, you get some really aggressive hits, you know, when you're using a moving bait like that, especially the buzz bait. I mean, some crazy stuff happens with the buzz bait. It's super fun to throw. It makes a real loud sound. You know, you throw it out, you crank it back in, and I mean, there are some incredible here. Oh wow, okay. Well, we got pieces falling off my little off-brand GoPro holder thing. I mean, it's really not even for GoPros, it's technically for your phone. Definitely not worth it. Hey, I mean, the whole kit was like 20 bucks and it came with a ton of stuff, ton of accessories. But anyway, as I was saying, I think I was talking about the buzz bait. And I mean, it's just such a fun bait to throw. My camera's probably about to fall off again, so I'm going to go ahead and sign off right now. But remember, every day's a blessing, so live it outside. See you later, guys.